Good morning, day 635. Since 50 hostages have been brutally, barbarically, violently, and inhumanely were kidnapped to the hell called Gaza by the inhumane, barbaric rapists, modern-day Nazis, monsters of Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, Mujahideen Brigade, Al Jazeera, UNRWA, the UN, and the rest of the proxies of Iran in Gaza. We are here every morning, never giving up, to demand basic common sense demand for Hamas to surrender and let all 50 hostages go immediately, at once, in one phase, one bus, all of them together. No one is left behind, and Israel should give up nothing. The Hamas monsters, not freedom fighters, have kidnapped on October 7 children. In this photo, you can see Hamas, even though they're wearing civilian clothes to hide the fact that they're terrorists, kidnapped Yagil Yaakov, 12-year-old, with his boxers. This is the freedom fighters that Mamdani is supporting and other pro-Hamas supporters. These are the monsters who kidnapped, and they thought that the resistance, this is how you resist occupation, by kidnapping children, innocent children who did nothing to you. This photo was just released, part of a documentary that's going to be released soon in Israel about Yagil Yaakov's family. As a reminder, the father of Yagil was murdered by Hamas, was held captive, and was recently was brought back to Israel by the IDF to a respectful burial. These are the monsters. They are the same monsters who kidnap more children, babies, and even slaughtered babies. Slaughtered so brutally families. We cannot give them more power and let them stay in power. We demand. Trump yesterday announced that Israel accepted a new deal that is talking about 60 days ceasefire, which in these 60 days they will talk about negotiations to end the war completely. We demand that on the first day of this ceasefire, all 50 hostages will be released together in one bus, in one phase, not little by little, not little now and little later, as they already have been I've been hearing reports that they're accepting the Witkoff plan that only released 10 alive hostages. Why? If you know there are 20, and those 20 are going through unimaginable torture for 635 days, why are you settling for less? So Theo is getting frustrated. All 50 hostages, not just X alive, Y unalive. All 50 alive and not alive. We demand all of them on the first day, or there's no fucking ceasefire. If Hamas so desperately want a ceasefire, they need to let them all go, and they must surrender, because we cannot live side by side with them. They are vowed to do October 7 again and again. They haven't stopped. Yesterday they shot rockets towards the Gaza envelope, the area, the kibbutzim. They're not done. They're not done. They didn't give up the delusional idea that they will annihilate Israel just yet. We must end them. We must end this ideology, and we must end Hamas, eradicate them from the face of the earth. That's the only option. That's the only deal that should be acceptable. After everything that Israel has been through in the last nearly 2 years, we will not just sit down, do a ceasefire, only to then in a couple more years be in the same situation again. We're done with this fucking insanity. And also yesterday, Yemen, the Houthis shot rockets at Israel again. Houthis is a proxy of Iran. When the Houthis shot rockets, is Iran shooting rockets, and therefore violated the ceasefire. Israel will retaliate against Yemen, and they should also retaliate against Iran. We are always expected to be the bigger person. Oh, just let the terrorists kill you. What's the fucking problem? We are fucking done with this. We're done living next to the shelter room and have no normalcy in our life in Israel. We deserve to live. The nation of Israel, Am Israel, have been through so much for thousands of years, and we finally came back to our homeland. So we can live, so we can survive, and we are thriving. But with everything, with the rockets, with the war that is happening, Israelis are never break down. But we deserve to just live peacefully. We have been a peaceful nation. We have signed peace agreements with hostile countries who have tried to annihilate us, like Jordan and Egypt. And then other countries who were very hostile towards us signed peace agreements in the last presidency of President Trump in the first round of Abraham Accords. That was UAE, Bahrain, Sudan, and Morocco. We have diplomatic relationships with these countries. They are supporting us. And now they are talking about adding more countries, like one of the worst hostile countries to Israel, Syria. Syria may have a peace agreement soon with Israel. So stop with the fucking bullshit about Jews colonizing and starting wars and fucking genocide. If we wanted to do a genocide, we won't be as so worse at it. The worst at doing a genocide. A population that grew from 300,000 people in Gaza to over 2 million. That's not a genocide. A genocide is when in Europe you had, all across the world you had about a little over 16 million Jews. And then 6 million was slaughtered, and only today we're almost getting back to the same numbers that we had, as many Jews alive today as it was before the Holocaust. That's a real genocide, when the population is actually decreasing. When you have an increase of population, and then when IDF is doing whatever it can to save civilians' lives, including giving them leaflets, notifications, messages, calling them, spreading them the information where they're gonna attack, where they should evacuate to, where are the humanitarian zones. This is not a genocide. And I'm sick and tired of the lies that people are telling about us in order to justify the hate for Jews. But we don't care. We don't care about a bad image, to be honest. We rather live, and we will continue living and doing whatever we need to defend ourselves. And we will continue to live proudly between the Jordan River all the way to the Mediterranean Sea. Am Israel will forever be. Am Israel Chai forever, and have risen like a lion.